Hi guys, my name is Ankit Kapoor and I am a database solution architect with Alibaba Group for Alibaba Cloud Group, and this is my introduction. I am previous to Alibaba. I was working with AWS as a part of their lead DBA for their RDS as well as their NO-SQL products, and before that I have led various migrations across the globe. It is for telecommunications, for the financials, and for the e-commerce websites as well. So I am basically a database geek, and my services are mainly to the database sites only. So you can contact me anytime. This is my LinkedIn. For any database queries, I will be happy to help you. And this is how I look like. So today we are going to discuss a topic for the ApsaraDB for the MongoDB. So basically what's ApsaraDB is? ApsaraDB is an umbrella, I can say, which contains all the database products of Alibaba. So it can contain like proprietary products. Proprietary products, I means those products which have been developed by the Alibaba itself. Products means the databases products, and third party means the open source databases like MySQL or the MariaDB or the Postgres. So in today's agenda, we will going to cover how MongoDB is kind of different in the Alibaba Cloud and how it can enable and useful for your databases or for your business. But before that, also I would like to give you a small idea of how many database products we have and how it can help your business. So moving quickly to the next slide. So this is the enterprise database products and services we have. So if you see these blocks, which is in the dark gray, this is mainly open source third-party products. And about the proprietary products, this is our own developed. So I will start from the tools and the utilities, and then I will go with the OLAP and the OLTP services we have. So starting with the tools and the utilities we have. So the first is DTS. So what I mean by DTS is the database transfer services. So mainly it has been used for migrating of your databases. So let's say you want to migrate from your on-premise database to the Ali Cloud database, or from other cloud vendors to the Ali Cloud vendors. So DTS is the tool which has been used for the migration purposes. And also you can achieve your real-time synchronization, real-time replication based on the DTS, and it can be between the homogeneous as well as heterogeneous databases. And then the next tool we have is ADAM. ADAM is a kind of tool which has been used for migration from the Oracle databases, maybe on the on-prem or on the other cloud vendors, to the Ali Cloud databases. So for example, if you want to move from Oracle to the MySQL, then you will use ADAM. And also ADAM has been also responsible for generating the reports. So by reports, I mean the differences in the databases. So let's take an example. In Oracle, we have a rank function which calculates the ranking of a particular records, which is not available in the MySQL. So when you are migrating your application from Oracle to the MySQL, there are some functions which are not available in the different databases. So ADAM will generate the report that these are the functions you need to take care of before completely migrating to the other databases. So that's the use of the ADAM tool. Then we have the DMS. So this is one of the best tool we have. So DMS is a kind of database management services, which is basically used for managing your database from initial to the end. So let's say you want to create a user, you can use that DMS. Let's say you want to create the automatic or the customized workflow request, you can use DMS. If you want to make your database secure, you can use DMS. And if you want to use the, let's say, masking of your columns and masking of your data, you can use DMS. So there are hundreds of features in the DMS, and it is incorporated into the console of the RDS. I will show you how it is useful for you, and I will also give you a demo. Then we have the DBAAS tool. DBAAS is a kind of database backup services. So apart from the normal backups like full backup or the logical backup or the physical backup, DBAAS gives you more functionality. So you can use DBAAS on your local or on your on-premise databases or on your on-prem machines. Also, you can use DBAAS to take your database backup from the cloud and restore into your local machine. Also, DBAAS can be used for your, I can say, the continuous databases. So let's say you have taken a backup around 2 a.m. in the night, and 5 o'clock your database got burst. So DBAAS after 2 a.m. also, it is continuously taking your backups. So in the MySQL, it is from the binary logs and different from the other databases. So DBAAS is also one of the best tool we have. Then the last tool, we have the DAS. So DAS is a kind of data autonomy services, basically used for optimizing your database performance. So let's say you want to know whether some query needs let's say any index, or let's say your table is in the fragmented state. So DAS will automatically gives you an indication that that you need to improve your database performance by defragmenting a table or by adding an index to the column. And there are also other features which we can cover. Let's come to the engines we have. So let's talk first about the OLTP. So the OLTP, basically we have the PolarDB. So PolarDB is our shared database engine, which has been used basically when the compute layer and the storage layers needs to be divided. So PolarDB is also our own tool. We have PolarDB for MySQL, Postgres, and the Oracle as well. So as you can see here, I have mentioned distributed OLTP built for handling vast amount of transaction data, example 11.11. So what it means is that 11.11 is a festival in China, is a shopping festival in China. So it is equivalent to the other shopping festivals, and the most good part and the most strongest part is that the all revenue which is generated in the 11.11 shopping festival is far ahead than the other shopping festival when it is combined. And the number of transactions in the 2019, it was 87 million requests per second. So that is huge. So also you can see PolarDB X. PolarDB X is a next version of the PolarDB. So in the market, we are using PolarDB as of now. Then going to the OLAP versions, we have AnalyticsDB also, which is for AnalyticsDB for the MySQL and for the PG. Then we have Data Lake Analytics tool, which is mainly for querying your raw data. So serverless interactive query service with Presto and Spark integrated. Then going to the NO-SQL. In the NO-SQL, we have GraphDB and we have time series database graphs. So this is overall brief architecture of the proprietary tools. And let's say about the open source. So in the OLTP, we have AliSQL, that is MySQL. So we call it AliSQL in terms of Alibaba. Then we have Postgres, we have MariaDB, and then we have MS SQL servers. So this is all in the RDS. And also from the OLAP perspective, we have ClickHouse and we have other OLAP services. Then moving next to the NoSQL databases, we have HBase, we have MongoDB, we have Cassandra, and we have Redis as well. So also we have ClickHouse, which is, I think, so it is also mentioned here in the OLAP category. So this is the enterprise database products and services we have, and you can choose as per the requirements, and we will be always happy to help you. So let's move to the topic and the agenda of this. So if you have any questions, you can ask me after this, and I will be happy to help you. So before that, this is the comparison between the core database products and services with the other cloud vendors. So if you compare the PolarDB, it is equivalent to the Auroras, which is Amazon. And then we have, you say DTS. DTS is also equivalent to the DMS. So if you see, this will give you an overall idea that we have almost every products in the database category. So move to the introduction to the MongoDB. So I believe most of you are already aware about the MongoDB, what the MongoDB is. and what it has been used for. So I will not go much in the details of the MongoDB. So I will just give a brief idea, and then I will give you a demo that how you can enable your business through the Alibaba Cloud. So MongoDB is a document database based databases having key value pairs. So when I say document, it's a kind of complete set of records and which contains the key value. So let's say I have a collection. Collection means a table in the MongoDB. So in the collection, I have a documents, let's say ID and the name. So it's a complete set of records. And these ID and the values are the key value pairs. So this is the MongoDB is. Obviously, it belongs to the class of NO-SQL. And I don't know how much you're aware. It is one of the top 5 databases which has been used widely by the top internet companies and by the top e-commerce websites. So again, the data has been stored in the JSON documents, that is JavaScript object notation documents. Let's move to the next slide now. So this is, I tried to show you for those people who are not very old in the MongoDB. So this is how you can create the difference. So difference means this is, so now we call table in the RDBMS, but we call collection in the MongoDB. Similarly, we have rows, but we have documents here. So this is how it looks like. So if you compare, we have this one complete collection, and this is one complete documents, which is a set of records. So this is the difference, very basic difference between the Mongo and the other RDBMS. So let's talk about the features about MongoDB. So when we say flexible data model, I mean, you don't need to worry about your asset properties. You don't need to design your database or your tables. And also it is rich query language. So what I mean by rich query language, that you can use its own inbuilt queries, which supports read and write operations. Like for example, you need to mention db.collectionName or db.collectionName.inserts. So which will insert your records into the collection. And also you can read using the find functions. So they have different functions for inserting and for reading the data. Then also it has highly available. So when I say highly available, it means that it has the inbuilt automatic failover. So whenever primary goes down, secondary node will take over. And then we have data redundancies. So data redundancy means your data will not be lost here. Then again, you can see in the 4.2 onwards, we have on-demand materialized views in the MongoDB. And also MongoDB supports multiple storage engines. So what I mean by multiple storage engines is that MongoDB supports two storage engines, that how data will be stored. So one is wired database, wired tiger storage engine. One is in-memory engine, and it has been used as per your usage. But the default one is wired because it gives more kind of security, like encryption to your data. So this is the high-level features of the MongoDB. So let's talk about the ApsaraDB for MongoDB. So this is the main topic of today. So the first of all, which is very important to know here, is that we have a strategic partnership with the MongoDB company. So when I say strategic partnership, what it means is that we means Alibaba Cloud are the first cloud vendors to whom MongoDB will give their newest versions. So let's say 4.2 version is still needs to be released. So we are the first people, or we are the first cloud vendors on whom this version will be particularly launched. And also all the features which is present in the enterprise versions will be available to us. And lastly, and if there is any kind of problems, like any kind of bugs, then it will be us who will be resolving it. It will not be the MongoDB. So this is what I mean by the strategic partnerships. So also we have standalones, that is just a single node. We have the replica sets. We can create various replicas into the different zones, into the single zone. We can create sharded clusters. So sharded clusters, you can just take a look from this URL. So then we have auto backup here. So you can just design your own backup policies from your console. And also you can use our DBAAS. That is the one which I have told you previously. Then we have network and disk encryption. So what I mean by network and disk encryption, that you can encrypt your data. So this is also one of the features. And as you see here that we say per second monitoring at no extra charges. So what it exactly means is that, let's say around 2 a.m. in the night, your MongoDB replication get break, or let's say failover get fail. So we are the person or we are the cloud vendors who is continuously monitoring your database performance. When I say database performance, I mean only database performance. I'm not need by the data. So so we are monitoring your database performance, and if there is something going wrong, let's say CPU going more than 95%, we will give you the alert that okay, that this needs to be resolved right now. So we take care of our customers' data and database performance of our top priority. So this is how ApsaraDB for MongoDB architecture looks like. So we have three cluster nodes. We have primary here, we have secondary, and we have secondary other node, which is kind of hidden node, which will take over when primary goes down. I'm sorry. Then we have physical or logical backup, as I have told you, that we have also point-in-time database recovery. And then also we have sharding mechanism. You can create various shards of your MongoDB. I will cover just now in the demo perspective. Okay, so let's move to the other things. So this is more of the features. You can see I will try to show you in our console, which will be more helpful for us. So we have, so you can enable your slow queries, error logs, as well as you can also enable your auditing logging. You can upgrade your versions. Then also we have Cloud DBA for index recommendations. So as name suggests, that in the console itself will give you that okay, that you need to build an index for this column. So let's work on the demo now. So you see, this is how the console looks like. So for now, I have already created an instance, but I will show you how to create an instance in the MongoDB or in the Alibaba Cloud. So you see, I have created an index. Oh, sorry, I have created an instance. So this is the instance looks like. So you see, this is the basic information of MongoDB. So if I say this is the instance ID, this is a zone. So I have created just a testing purpose in the Hangzhou, which is in the China. So this is the instance name. This is the network type. So we use classic network. We use VPC network also. This is the storage engine I was talking about. And this is the specification information for your instance. So it is 1 core 2 GB. You can decide. This is the replication factor, 3 node. So anytime you can add nodes. So for example, if you want to add nodes in your, okay, I will close it now. If you want to add more 5 to 7, then you can create more of your replication factors. Then this is the complete information regarding this instance. So you see from this side, we have accounts. So you can create your own user accounts. Like say, I have created my own root one. So you can create your database. You can see the database connections here. So if you want to see your endpoint of your primary, you can see it here, or you can also release it from here. Now let's take about the backup and recovery. So this is about the backups. So if you want to create an instance by a point in time, you can use this thing. You want to take the backup settings, or you want to change the backup settings, then you can do it from here. Let's say you want to retain your backup for only 7 days, or as per your needs in the backup time, you can select it from here. And then we have monitoring information here. So it will give you the I'm sorry. So it will give you the CPU usage. What is your CPU usage of your MongoDB instance? Your memory usage, your IOPS usage. So you can see this is showing for my current MongoDB instance. This is again the IOPS usage. This is mainly for the data IOPS, and this is only for the IOPS usage. This is disk space usage, and you can also see the number of connections, the network usage. So you can see and you can do the monitoring of your database from the very high level. There are various graphs here. Then also one more thing, you can create your alarm. So let's say you want to create an alarm when something is going above more than 70%, when CPU is going above more than 70%. So you can set an alarm here. Regarding the service availability, you can see what is the current servicing now. Then we have the set of parameters here. You can modify your parameters as per your needs. Not all parameters are visible. This is because to secure your database. And then you can see your modification history, when you have modified and when your developer or DBA has modified the things. Then we can whitelist our IPs from here. So see, I have whitelisted some IP. I have created it a public for this webinar. So from here you can just create your whitelisting. You just need to give some test name, and then you can just mention some of your IP here, and once done it will whitelist your IP. So next is audit logs. You can see everything here. So once it is enabled, you can see what is your auditing status, who is coming, who is doing what, and what time it is coming. So complete auditing part. Then we have SSL certificate here. You can download it from. Then we have TD. This is basically for the data encryption, transparent data encryption. You can enable it here. And then moving down, we have various logs. So logs means we have slow query logs. So as of now, you cannot see it because I'm not using this database. So you can see, and you can just optimize your database using slow query logs. Then we have error logs here. So again, this is one of the error logs you can see. Then we have running logs. It's kind of, you can see everything will be there. So it's generating a lot number of logs. Then we have Cloud DBA, as I have mentioned in my previous slides. It is basically the index recommendations. So if you see some query in your slow query logs, it's working very slow, then this will give you an hint. Then okay, hey DBA, you can add an index here. So this is how an instance looks like. So let's see how we can create an index here. So if we create an index, we click here, create instance, and it will lead us to this page. So you can see we have for replications, we have for sharding purposes as well. We have different regions. We have in Mumbai, we have in Singapore, we have in Australia, we have in Germany. So you can see we have different regions. So let's say I want to create a MongoDB instance in the Hangzhou or in the Singapore. And let's say I want to go for the pay-as-you-go replication set. So let's wait for this one. Okay, so let's say I want to create for the Singapore. And then that will load first. Okay, so then the zone is we are having, it's a complete different zones we have. You can see. Then we have different database versions you can use as per yours. So you can see 4.2 is also on us. You can see 4.0, 3.4. And one more thing which I would like to show you here is that that we can create the multi-zones also. When I say multi-zone, is that like you want one of your MongoDB instance in one zone, you want different, or your rest of your MongoDB instances in different zone. So what you can do here is that, so let's see, I have chosen Singapore. So Singapore zone ABC, which means it will create 3 nodes in ABC. And I have chosen the latest version, MongoDB 4.2. I have chosen wire tiger 3 nodes replica set, and then network type classic. You can choose VPC, but then you need to define your own VPC or the default one. So VPC is basically always recommended. Classic is not always recommended. And then you can choose your specifications. Let's say 1 core, 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 core, 8 core, and whatever you require. And it will show you the price here. It is quite easy. Then you can set your password of your root. So let's say abc@1234, and then abc@1234. So you see this will calculate my price, and my specification is ready now. And now if I will do the buy now, okay, so it will give me the final page. So not much complexity, quite easy. You just need to pay now. So once it is paid, it will be reflecting in your console here. Now the thing is how we can log into the database. So you see I have already created this database here. So we can log in through the different options. So one option is that we can log in from the DMS, the tool which I have told you. So you see, like for example, if I go here, then so this will give you the vast variety of products. So you see we have ApsaraDB for MongoDB, Apsara for RDS, and then for the DMS. If I click the DMS here, it will give me this page. So this is the DMS page where you can just handle your databases. So I have already added my database here to save time in this webinar. So this is my, so you can see this is the same as the one which I have here in the MongoDB. So you can see here it is same. It is Hangzhou Zone B. It is Hangzhou. Okay, so this is one. So we can log in from here. So this will lead us to this page. Login. So this is the DMS console. So you can see here is that that I can create many databases here. This is system database. This is user database, and this is and let's say I want to create a collection. So I will click here, and I will mention my query. I need to choose my admin, that is the database Ankit. I can create here, and then let's say I want to create one more database. So I can use, let's say, webinar, and then the collection name maybe web1. Done. So wait for a minute. So you can see I have created my own new collection here. So you see this is my collection, this is my document, and then you can add your key value pair here. So this is how my DMS looks like. Now for the other thing, for the performance part, you can see here. Okay, let it be open first. Okay, so for the performance part, let's say I want to see my all those connections, which is the connection request or the CPU request. Let's see this thing. So you can see this is my overall status. This is the number of connections I have, the command executed, maybe it is query, update, inserts. It will show you as per the time, the traffic in and out, the common operations. You can see it, and you can also see the instance information from here. So this will give you a lot of benefits here. So for more of the DMS features, you can always go to our web page, which I have shown you in my presentation. So this is how you can create your MongoDB instance. So once again, this is my page, how it looks like. Different number of features from here. We can always create a new instance by clicking here. It will lead us to this page. So mainly this page. we can select as per our configurations. Then to log in, we can use DMS tool. This is the DMS tool which is being used by many cloud vendors or many developers team to run query or to manage your databases. So you can purchase from DMS Enterprises, and then this is the DMS console, final DMS console. So I hope this will really help, and if there is some question regarding this, technically I will always be happy to help you out. Let's move on to our slides. So I have tried to show you in the slides that this is how my interface looks like. So this is the basic information page which I have shown you in my console. So I think you can just relate now to the console and within this PPT. So this is the interface. This is the logging. You can see this is the slow query logs. So you can see this is the admin database. This is the root username. This is the query statement which is running slow, executed at this time, and this is 111 seconds. So it is taking more than 1 minute, which is not good. And this is from this where the query came. This is the client IP address. Then we have general logs, means everything which I have shown you as a part of running logs. So again, DMS, now you can make it more comfortable in your mind that this is how DMS looks like. So you can add your database here. You can just need to add your database connections, port number, username, database name, and the password, and it will reflect here. So you can see it's all getting reflected here, MongoDB, MySQL, and all. And then you can log in into your database. Again, this is the console. I have pasted here. This is how it looks like. So again, it will be easy for you now to understand the DMS tool. I'm moving on to the next slide. As a summary part now, before going to end this topic. So now summary, we have back-to-back support contract with MongoDB. So you don't need to worry for any new features which is in the MongoDB company and not with the other cloud vendors. We have always there. Then abstracts the complexity of managing a MongoDB database. So you don't need to worry about your security of the database. You don't need to manage yourself. We will manage your database with less costs, obviously. And then also you can use various tools we have. You can use DMS, which I have told you. You can use DBAAS to manage your databases. Then from migrations to ApsaraDB for MongoDB with DTS easily without downtime. So I have told you DTS is our migration tool, data transfer services, which will make you migrate from your on-prem or from your cloud vendor to the ApsaraDB for MongoDB. So you don't need to worry about your migrations, about managing the database. Every tool is there. So yes, so everything can be done from our side. So I think this is the last slide for this webinar. So this is regarding the sales part. So this is the special promotional offers. So we are doing the campaign these days. So these prices and some promotional prices are available on ApsaraDB for MongoDB till this end of March, but now it has been extended to 31st of May 2020. So I hope I have covered the various useful stuff for you, and I hope this webinar can give you at least the basic understanding of the MongoDB on Apsara. Now I will be really happy to hear a lot of queries from your side. If you have any queries now, you can just straight away shoot me, and if I know these queries, I will be more than happy to help you out. So thank you guys. Thank you for today, and thank you for joining this thing.